Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and I'm back. Psych. Nah, I'm not back. I know it's 2026, and it'd be awesome if I was here saying that I was starting up my collection again. But the reality of it is that I'm not. I'm not. But I did have some pickups. I do have some pickups, oddly enough. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I was collecting heavily for the last 5 years, built up a really solid collection, and at the end of 2025, I wound up selling off my entire collection for a big change that I'm going to be letting the channel know about soon. Just not quite there yet, but you guys will find out what that is soon enough. And so I sold off my main collection. Now, as I've been moving some things around my house and shaking some things up, I keep finding remnants of my old collection. Just little pieces and things that I guess I didn't realize I still had. Anything from cables to chargers to random, handheld games and just different things that I just must have, put down somewhere and didn't realize that they were there, or maybe they fell behind a sofa or something. Maybe my kids had one of them and I just didn't realize that I had them. And so today, I did happen to find some games that just really had no purpose. So I was like, I really have no purpose for these. And it wasn't enough games for me to try to list them on Facebook. They weren't really games that in my mind, I was like, okay, let me take them to a game store and sell them. It wasn't stuff like that. And so my initial reaction was just, I'm just going to take these down to GameStop, get some games or get some, little petty cash for them and use the cash to buy some milk and eggs. It wasn't anything that I was really trying to go too far in with. But when I got to GameStop, I realized that one, I had my $5 monthly coupon. Two, I had a bunch of unused points that I hadn't touched because, when I stopped collecting, I went cold turkey. I didn't even, look to cash out of anything. And so I said, I realized that I had this stuff. So between the $5 coupon, the leftover points, and the trade-in credit, for old time's sake, right? I said, let me see what you guys got in the retro section. And they actually they had a game that I had never seen before, but it's actually a really cool game. So I picked this game up. It's called The Guardian Legend. And it's a combination of Zelda-like top-down action adventure and a combination of Alesti style, top-down shoot 'em up. So it's a combination of both gameplay genres and has a pretty cool story to it. Now, this was a NES game that I never got while I was actually collecting. So I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, damn, this would have been a really cool addition to my old collection. And so I picked it up anyway. And then they also had this complete in-box copy of Sonic Gems collection for the GameCube. And this was just a random copy of Mega Man Zero 2 that I still had in the house. And so this, in my opinion, these are going to be the games that I'm going to tuck these away, because these will probably be the games that I use to rebuild my new collection whenever I do decide to rebuild my collection. And it's not really going to happen anytime soon. I mean, I could start to slowly build a collection back up once I kind of, I want to say maybe towards the end of this year, It just depends on what's going on in life. I've got a lot of things that I'm doing that I'm working on right now. And so I just don't have the time to collect. I don't source, I don't do anything. And the only reason why I got these again was because I was going to actually sell some stuff, and these just happened to be there. Now, what can you expect from the channel in 2026? Well, a few things. I do plan on sharing some things with you guys. The reason why I'm not saying anything and I haven't really been too open about what's happening is just because sometimes with certain things, you don't really want to say them out loud. You don't want to jinx it. You kind of want to wait for certain things to fall into place and then tell people after it's gone down. And so that's the biggest part of the reason why. But I really do want to share with you guys some of the things that are on the horizon but I just gotta wait. So what you can expect from the channel is just a little bit more lifestyle vlogging with what's happening for me on a daily. I do plan on taking you guys on the road. And even if I'm not necessarily buying video games myself, just as I go out and explore, it'll be interesting for me to see what's still out there. You know, I'm seeing, at least in my local area, I'm seeing stuff sit that ordinarily wouldn't sit. And it could just be that maybe like the collectors in my area have gotten burned out and they're not buying anything. It could be people have fully transitioned over to Pokemon or other genres, and like video games are no longer the hot item. But, you know, when I went to GameStop, I saw like a really good selection of like Sega Genesis games, Super Nintendo games, NES games. You know, I just saw a lot of stuff, GameCube games. And in my mind, I'm like, why are these games just sitting here? Because in my mind, a year ago, these games would have been gone. They wouldn't have lasted, especially considering the fact that GameStop, I'm pretty sure recently just came off of I think GameStop just came off of a buy two, get one promo. So I was really shocked that a lot of that stuff that was there in the store was really sitting there. And again, I don't know if this is a reflection of what's going on. I've been completely unplugged from video game collecting for about a month now. Probably a little over a month. I've been completely just kind of removed from it. So I don't really know what's happening on that scene, but you guys can let me know what you're seeing and what's happening. Is it still hot? Is it still trendy? I just haven't been there. So there will be more to come on the channel. I will have more to share. And I know that my whole content production style is going to change. If you haven't seen my most recent short film, The Last Continue, definitely go check that out. That'll give you a better breakdown of just my collecting journey and where I'm at. And I think you'll kind of enjoy that. It's a little short film that I put together for you guys. But I figured I had to start 2026 off with one of these style videos. This is just the style that blew the channel up. So hopefully you guys have had a great 2026 so far. I know we're only 3 days in, I think. But hopefully the year started off great for you. Hopefully your families are doing well. And hopefully you guys are able to achieve all the goals that you set out for yourself during this year. I think it's going to be a solid year. And I'm really excited for the things to come. But all that being said, I am interested to know because, like I said, I've been unplugged from the collecting scene for over a month now. So you guys let me know what's going on in the comments. Is the retro collecting scene still hot? Is it not? Are prices going up? Are they going down? I'm interested to know. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you in the next one. Happy New Year. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.